Hello ISK students, it's me Mr. Lindley, your friendly librarian, and today I'm going to show you how to get started with NoodleTools for citing your schoolwork. You may be surprised to know that there are actually multiple ways to cite information, including MLA, which is a Modern Language Association. Typically that's used for your English papers. There's also the APA, or the American Psychological Association. They're used for psychology and also for sciences. And then there's also the Chicago style, and that's used a lot of times for history. For our purposes at ISK, we really just use MLA to keep things simple. But just know that once you have created citations into NoodleTools, it's very, very easy to change it from one style to the other because the information's all the same. It's really just about the order that it's put in. So you never have to worry about it. All right, next up, I'm going to show you how to get started with a NoodleTools project. Now that you've chosen a topic, it's time to get started with your research. And so as soon as you're ready to start doing your research, I highly recommend that you go ahead and create your NoodleTools project so that as soon as you find some information, you'll be ready to go to export your citation information. So to create a new project in NoodleTools, simply go to, you can find it here in your Google Apps down here, right about there, that NoodleTools guy, but I find it easier just to type in like NoodleTools sign in, and we use Google for our school account to sign us in, and here we go. And as you can see, I've got two projects already in here, but I'm going to create a new one, and I'm going to give it the cool title of Cool Research Project. And then I select MLA because that's what we use in general for the school, and advanced. And then you hit submit. And there you go. Here's our new project ready to go with putting in some citations. As you can see, we don't have anything in here yet. If you click inside, you can see where you will add your new source as soon as you've got some information to put in. All right, next up, I will show you how to export from a database directly into NoodleTools. All right, what I want to show you now is how to export directly from a database right into NoodleTools. So with our databases, which you can find at our ISK Library Research Hub, you can see the MSH research tools here, and pretty much all of these have direct integration with NoodleTools. So for example, if I'm doing sort of a history research project and I find an article that I like, such as something from the modern world, and I found this one on Alexander the Sixth, and I decide that I want to use this article, so I want to go ahead and get the citation from it, so when I create my paper, I'm ready to go with it. So as you can see across the top, there's a number of things you can do with this article. You can save it, print it, share it, download it, but you can also cite it. So all you have to do is click the citation. It's defaulted to MLA, and here's the information that it's pulling from this article. You could be tempted to copy and paste this, then paste it into NoodleTools, but you don't need to. All you have to do is click this button, Export to NoodleTools. And when I do that, it asks me which project do I want to put it into. And so that's the most recent one, the Cool Research Project, but the other ones are there too. And all I have to do is click Import. And off it goes, and it gives me a confirmation that the citation was imported to Cool Research Project. So now if I go into NoodleTools, I should be able to see my research project, refresh it, and there it is. The citation that I just exported is now in here, ready to go. I didn't have to do anything at all other than click a few buttons. All right, next up, I'm going to show you how to export from a book, a good old-fashioned book, into NoodleTools. All right, next up we have books. So let's just say that you were trying to do a research paper on, let's just say Alexander the Great. And you wanted to see what we had in our library. Do a subject search. Look through what we have, and let's just say, for example, that this book was very, very useful, and you needed to cite it. So, as we know, it's a book, and all you need to do is roll down until you find the ISBN number. All books have an ISBN number, and you can find it right next to the little code on the back of a book. You'll find the ISBN number there. Copy it. Go into NoodleTools. You're creating a new source, and it's a print in hand because it's a book, and it's a book because it's a book. And first thing it asks you is, what's the ISBN number? Do you have the ISBN number? And if you do, you can search it up, and there it is right here, Empire of Alexander the Great. Here's the contributors. Here's the publication information. So now we want to select it and then import the selected source. So we should be able to go back to NoodleTools and go into our project, save it, and there it is. So now we have the article that we looked at earlier, and then we also have the citation for the book that we found in the library. Easy as. All right, last up we have a website, probably one of the most difficult ones to cite, most inconvenient ones to cite, but also the most popular ones that kids use because it's so easy to do searches on the internet. So let's say we came across this website from the History Channel. It's probably all accurate information. Usually when it has a .com, we typically try to tell students to avoid these types of resources. But the information's all good, and there's something in here you really need it. So you need to gather as much information as you can find from it. So usually you want to try to have a title, an author. Going down here to see if we can find it. And well, there's this information here. It gives you the title of the article, the author, which is history.com editors, name of the website, the URL, date accessed. It's not great, it's not ideal, but you can still do a citation on it. You can hand type this information in when you go into NoodleTools and you say a new source and you do a website. This is from a web page. And so you try to type in as much of the information as you can get. So you go back to here and try to fill in as much as possible. Alternative method, which may work, is they have these free citation generators. Sometimes they'll let you do a couple before they charge you, or sometimes there might be some free ones out there. And all you have to do is copy this, go here. Remember, we use MLA. And so we go down to the latest edition, the 9th edition, paste it here, and then see what happens. Let's see what it gives us. Okay, and this is the citation it created. It doesn't look bad. I actually got a name which I didn't even see in the website, this Christian Zapata. But what you can do is, if you think this is a decent website, you can copy it, head back over to NoodleTools, and what you want to do is do a quick cite, copy and paste the citation. Come here, put it in, and then you save it. And here we go. And there's our History Channel from the web citation. Hey, congratulations, your research is done. You only got one last step to do, and that's to export your citations into a works cited list at the end of your research paper. And this is easy as can be. So let's just say you had 3, but maybe even a lot more resources. You simply go to this button right here, which is the export, And we're probably do it on a Google Doc. So why don't you go ahead and export it to Google Doc. You want all your sources, and you hit submit. Wait a couple of seconds. It creates a Google Doc for you. And there is a perfectly formatted, works cited page from the 3 resources: a database, a book, and a website. All you have to do is copy this right into the last page of your research paper, and you're done. And that's it. So if you need any help or have any questions or can't figure out what type of source you're using, then don't hesitate to come find me in the library, because I'm your helpful librarian, Mr. Limley.